changing up to some fancier equipment. I got a
All
little
right, sweet.
microphone and got my using my iPhone as a webcam, testing that out. So if I switch to this, quality is just way better. It's pretty
Oh,
good.
cool. So are you like just like tethering it and then just using it as like a camera device basically?
Yeah, it's called continuity camera.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, I hadn't either. So I've been searching for a better webcam experience, and there isn't one. And so the iPhone has the best camera possible in comparison to any webcam.
Yeah.
And then I found this Rode Pod mic thingy. We see most microphones require a either cloud lifter, and they require a audio interface. And so
Yep.
this Rode Pod mic just plugs in with USB-C, which makes it way easier.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
Yeah,
uh I switched to Shure. Shure makes a USB-C mic that's pretty decent.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, finding a good like webcam, like a way to tether it and record it is like tough.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're PC, it doesn't really help. But if you're Mac, then the, continuity camera just
Oh,
syncs.
it's that's Mac only.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, cool. Um, all right. Am I sharing my screen?
Not yet.
All right, here we go. Okay.
All right. So everything's good except I want to do the island now.
hmm Yep.
So I'm gonna rip the island out.
All right, cool. Um, are we, do you want to operate within the same size? You're going to make it bigger?
Shoot, I guess I could make it bigger now, couldn't I? Because
You could. It
it would.
wouldn't be, the pendants at that point would potentially not be symmetrical to the range, but like
Mhm.
something you could potentially, and I
I
don't, are
could
you, is it centered up with a
teleport.
fireplace? Do you know?
No, it's the TV is centered up there.
Okay.
So
Like,
that center line would stay. I think we would keep the sink where it's at, but we would just add a little extra section to kind of carry not to the oven, but that extra 36.
okay. Do you have any concerns about like any pendants then not being symmetrical with the range hood?
Well, I'd leave the pendants. I just add a fourth, I think, over that 36,
Okay.
that same distance. And then that, well, we just have four.
I'm just going to stretch this and flip it around and just see how it kind of shakes out. Because, I mean, that's pretty freaking close. Let me look. So if we go like center to end, let's call it 20 inches, and we're at like
Two,
26.
so 2 inches off.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like maybe we could, uh, I'm just thinking here.
Does it matter more that the island terminates at the oven at that 36, or does it matter more?
That the pendants. Let me just show you what it looks like before we, because like the other thing to consider would be
Or
like
does the walkway?
your
Yeah. Yeah.
hallway, which is fine. Like you're gonna be coming through here on a diagonal mainly, but like if you were to
Mhm.
make a straight shot, I mean, you're gonna be at 30. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like so that's a little bit less than an ideal walkway coming straight at it. Like
Hmm.
right around 42 inches might be better.
My intention was to leave the island alone, size
Okay.
wise. So it just dawned on me, man, I could make it a little bigger if I wanted to.
I mean, let me just show you what it looks like bigger. I'm not like just like I'll just plop some cabinets in here
Hmm.
and then let's just look at it and you can tell me. I mean, I guess the next question would be like if you made it that big, like you're gonna have to have a seam for sure because you're at almost like a 15-foot slab. It's huge,
Hmm. Hmm.
but
Hmm.
because like I'm not like buying or selling here, but like alternatively, you if you were to make it bigger, you could recenter the entire range wall assembly and the sink on the new larger island and like determine a new center point based on a larger island. But
Hmm.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
We can play that out really quick. If you want to pick like an island size, like that you feel comfortable, like, and I don't know if you want to avoid seams or if you don't care, but like a lot of times, like the jumbo slabs cut you off around like 11 and a half or 12 feet.
Well, I would just do the seam at the sink,
Okay.
you know. You do
Um,
the seam right at the whatchamacallit, the
right in the middle.
faucet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I'll probably do dual faucets. The advantage of extending the island is then I can do a bigger sink. I
totally.
could do, I was planning on doing a 48-inch sink and
Uh-huh.
just kind of
Uh-huh.
eating up some of my space, but instead I could do a 60.
Totally. Yeah. Do you want to play this out? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with just like pick an island size that feels right, like just from like a slab perspective, or do you want to work backwards from your hallway, like from the straight hallway?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I think you're right. I think if we shrink our back section a little bit,
So do you want to call it 4 feet, 3.5, like because if we were to go a full 4 feet, so you have 4 feet of like straight hallway here,
hmm
your
hmm
island size would be it'd still be like 14 feet.
Yep. Yep. The key is I want to be able to fit dishwasher, ice maker, waste bin, and a 60-inch, 60-inch sink. So we can see if we can fit all those
Okay,
things.
let's do this. Let's start with this, like this point here, like basically like prioritizing a 4 foot hallway,
Yep.
and
Love
then let's
that.
just call it a 14 foot slab, and
Yep.
then
Yep.
let's center the sink up, pick the sink size, and then work our way out.
Got it. And see if it fits. Right.
Yep,
Yep. Yep.
yep.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw your Pennville video. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When I was visiting there, I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
man, that I was like, when I saw them show their knife cutouts,
yeah, that's
that's
pretty cool.
freaking sick.
Yeah. He says they have like, I don't know, it's like 5 hours of labor and just routing, on the CNC machine or something crazy like that. It's
Dude,
that one drawer would be like $3,500 for just the insert or something crazy.
amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, just totally amazing. You can tell that they care though, that like
Hmm.
they're just
It's
like,
like organized 50 75 years of organizing chaos, right? In the construction of it. And they're still doing old school, methods. And it was so cool to see like a lot of those people were there for like 30, 40, 50 years.
whoa,
Yeah, they had two people with a 50 plus year anniversary.
that is wild.
Yeah, yeah. The only risk is, I mean, how much longer do all these their craftsmen have in this game?
Totally.
It's the
Yeah.
risk.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of like trades in general. I mean, labor,
Yeah.
finding skilled craftsmen in any industry is like more and more becoming like a
Hmm.
major challenge. All right, let me get like a big workstation sink. You want to do like 4 feet,
I think I want to do a 60
60? Okay, sweet. Great.
if I can fit it. And we do dual faucets.
Yep. There's a there's a library that Chief has. I always forget what it's called because I don't use them a ton. Oh yeah, these guys. So I don't even know how big this one is. So if we assume with this, and so this the 60 would be the sink itself. So you want to go like slightly wider on the cabinet? You want to go like 63 on the cabinet base or something?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
And then how big is that guy? Here we go. It's like a 60. Yeah, let's just call
Yep.
that.
57 and a half. Yep. Close
Yeah,
enough.
so we'll just do a 57.5 in a 60-inch box. And then
So Pennville has really solved the issues that I always have with the waste bin in the cabinet. In that most of the time the waste bin breaks. You rip the door off. And so they
Mhm.
have a servo motor, like a servo type motor, and then they put some bracing on it, and then they do like a metal edge over top so it doesn't get chipped up. And they also
Mhm.
do that. You've seen the cutting board that's like over the garbage can, right?
Mhm.
So it has the top drawer. You pull the cutting board out, and it has a little drain hole where you sweep the stuff into the garbage can. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yep. Okay. And so would it be like an 18-inch pullout, just like a normal width, or is it wider?
It's a 24, so
It's a
it's a 24
24.
inch pull. Yep, yep.
Okay.
So what I'd want to do actually is put the ice maker on the far right. So we'd probably just do a filler between the ice maker and the.
Okay. Ice maker goes down here.
Yep.
Okay. Are you sticking with stainless appliances, or are you going to do paneled?
Yeah, these would be paneled then.
Okay.
And this is going to be rift white oak. So I'm going to do white oak in the island to match the hood.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do a waterfall edge on the countertop. We'll do like I don't know if you saw in the Pennville video where they had their showroom had the like rift white oak sort of fancy moldings on the sides of their island.
I did not. I don't think I missed that part or I didn't watch the whole thing. But I also did see that they do because I've got all of this modeled as inset
Yes.
framed. So they're gonna do frameless full overlay, right?
No, I'm going to do inset still.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. They call their full overlay a full access. That's what they
Oh, like
call
it
it.
added like an extra inch or two or whatever
Yeah,
to like
I
the
don't
overall.
care. The inset looks so much better, I
Yeah,
think.
right on. I'm kind of with you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even
Uh,
though that's technically older style, right? That's the old school way to do it.
yep. Okay, and we're killing the waterfall, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, this is going to be a 24. Did you guys drive up to Indiana?
No, 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 no.
You
Flew
flew.
up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Flew to Fort Wayne and then drove down to their facility. It's like an hour.
Okay.
It's crazy, how much land is, in the Midwest. It's
Oh
just,
man, I know. I mean, I'm in like Normal, Illinois. That's literally the name of my town, and it's like
yeah. Oh, yeah.
relatively speaking, like land is man, it's
Yeah.
cheap.
So yeah, it's the same there. It's probably the same exact landscape. Yeah, you're
Yep.
used to. Yeah.
I'm surrounded by like corn and soybean fields.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. I mean, I guess it's all relative. It's land is still like relatively expensive, but it's not like,
Right.
it's like
Hmm.
there's different levels. So 60,
Yep.
24, 18 will go. You guys aren't getting hit where you're at by the storm and stuff, are you?
We did,
You
but
did.
not a big deal. Yeah, not in Central Florida. This
Okay.
storm luckily didn't do what they were predicting it was going to do anywhere, which was great.
Yeah.
So the storm surge didn't come because of the way the winds blew out instead of in, and
Hmm.
just timing of the tides. And then I don't think there's only a couple of spots in Florida where they broke, 100-mile-an-hour winds. So it ended up being a really best possible outcome.
That's good. Okay. So next order of business would be to kind of like reconfigure the range wall.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, excuse me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna basically keep the assembly like around the hood the same.
Yep. Yep.
Center that. Actually, let me keep that where it was. I'm gonna move this guy. Center this assembly
Because that's symmetrical, right?
like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
This guy can probably grow. It's already a pretty wide cabinet,
Hmm. Hmm.
but I don't. 48's getting pretty wide for a single set of drawers. Um, So I guess now the question is like,
Maybe we should expand the 18 then.
well, or the 12, you mean? Like this guy? Because we go from the range to a 12-inch pull out to a 36-inch set of drawers.
Oh
So
yeah,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
do
We
we
could do.
just expand this guy? And is it and if so, do you lose your vertical pull out? Does that become like a set of normal drawers, or do you go wider here but then split it?
I'd actually like to have a bigger vertical pull. I could stack vertical pullouts and then fit all of my bakeware instead of just.
You
So if we
could.
made that, so if we did expand that, they make these internal, pullouts that we could fill a larger drawer. That would actually probably be more functional next to the range.
Okay, let's play that out.
The other thing I could do is just do a 60.
A 60-inch range.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see. Let's
You
see
want
what
to
it
see
looks
that?
like. Let's see what it looks like here. I'm just adding tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's always fun when you're designing it and
I know,
take
right?
for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Well, 60. You just have to sell a few more sets of gear on the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Just sell more of sell more of those like clips and stuff that you like didn't expect to sell a lot of,
Yeah.
like your
Yeah.
keychains and
Yeah. 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 The high margin stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So 36. I mean, you could then just take the 36 maybe to like a 39, or you could take this 12 to a like 16 and
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. I think we take the 12s and we make them bigger.
Okay.
Their upper standards, didn't we make them 15? I
Yeah.
think their upper standard
Yeah.
is 13.
Okay. I'll make those 13. We did make them 15. Let's see. So then there, those edges line up. I guess now the question is, hang on, something's not adding up here. 36, 16, 36, 16. That should be a. Oh no, that's correct. Um, okay, so then yeah, I guess now the question is, do you just pull the oven back in a
Mm-hmm.
fuzz
Mm-hmm.
now that we've kind of like widened everything?
Mm-hmm.
Um, how many chairs you're gonna be able to
We
fit
would
like
keep the same six, just spread them out a little
just spread
bit.
them out. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You going deeper on the island or no?
I don't think so. I think the
Okay.
depth is good. We're just adding that little bit of width.
Yeah, so we'll keep it at like 3.5 feet ish. Well,
Mm-hmm.
so if you're not doing waterfall and you don't have to add cabinetry, but you could consider making your overhang like you'll have to add legs. So I don't know if you want to avoid legs or not, but if you add legs or some kind of a support and take the overhang to like a clear 18 inches, then
Mm-hmm.
the stools will be able to push flush,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep.
versus because like a typical seat is 18 inches deep. So if it's only a typical 12-inch overhang, you'll push the stool in, it'll bottom out to the backside of the cabinet, especially with this 4-inch bump out, if we're still keeping that.
Mm-hmm.
So the stool will like basically be like, once it's pushed in fully, it'll be like the back will not be touching the counter.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
I still like the idea of doing that. We were doing tile behind, and I do like the idea of a post, right?
okay. So let's maybe do, let's do an 18-inch overhang. And then you just add, do you envision the posts being like square,
Yeah.
profiled,
Yep.
more square? Yeah.
Yeah. So it would match the profile of the of the exterior, so to the side of the cabinet. So actually, we might need a little bit of space. So if can you pull up on that Pennville video? I'll show
Mhm.
you what it. So if you just go to the Obsessed Garage channel,
Yep. You go there.
so the way we can show them what we're talking about here. Yeah, these are things I didn't even think about.
Okay.
So that 18-inch overhang, did that extend? Because I don't really want to eat up any, I don't want to move it, expand it bigger.
Yeah. So like so what I'm doing right now is we've got our 2 foot cabinet. We've got a
Yep.
4-inch filler essentially. And that could
Yep.
be, you could, I don't know if that's where your plumbing's at currently, but you could use that as your plumbing chase and your
Hmm.
electrical chase
Hmm.
so that, you're completely clear on the underside
Yep.
of the sink.
Yep. Yep.
And then I'm 18 inches from there.
Yeah. I think I have a 12-inch overhang now, I think.
I think you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave that 12.
Okay. If you go 12, you would not need a leg. Like the counter you could still add one,
Yeah.
but this
Yeah.
amount of overhang can be
Because I don't,
supported.
because of where my couch is and the walkway, I don't want to eat up any of that current spot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. Yep, yep. You want to
And
just see what this looks like?
yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, we still have to like panelize the side or whatever. I've got to take a
Mhm.
look at that part of the video, and then I've got to widen the hood. So widen this, but do you feel like this is going generally the right direction?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We gained our symmetry we were hoping to get.
Yep. We got 60-inch sink,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
24-inch dishwasher, 24-inch garbage,
Yep.
ice maker down here. We're basically working backwards from that 4 feet dimension. Like, so right for this
Yep.
hallway, if you're just walking straight at the oven,
So we
you're
still
gonna,
have plenty of width. Yep.
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 And then we're basically just saying 4 feet there and a 14-foot slab, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and what you could potentially do, I mean, like, given the scale of everything, is like you could potentially just do like one wide upper and then just do like a wide hood. I don't know.
Mm, yeah.
Do you want to see what that looks like?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. I don't know if I would necessarily go that. I'm not really sure yet, but I think I did some custom molding on your. You tell me. I mean, you tell me this could be too wide. It's getting pretty massive, but
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
we snug it up a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah. That looks a little too big.
It's a little huge.
We'd have to have taller ceilings, I think, to pull that off.
Yeah, you want to go. So if we're at
So
sorry,
at
my kids are
60, we'd
ambushing
want
my
to what
office. 1 minute.
a 66.
Okay, sorry. Um,
Yeah, we'd need like a 66, I think. Right.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, now it's kind of a question of like, do you, because that's going to be too wide for a single set. Like, do you
Mm-hmm.
narrow this back up and do like a single flanking
Yep.
Maybe like do
Yep.
a 30 and whatever else is left in a single.
Yep. Because that'll be a nice size cabinet.
Yeah.
The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to do so in the glass area, we're going to do that in the and the white oak as well. So in
Behind it
the internal
on
box.
the
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be sick.
I can do that.
I came up with that idea.
Yeah,
Not that I'm
that'll
the
look
first
good.
person to do it, but just the top
Yep. Yep.
because it costs a freaking boatload to do it.
You won't see it on the bottom. The layers, I can't control it separately.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. That's
does.
fine. Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
Something like so.
Hmm.
And then well, we just doubled your kitchen budget in about 12 minutes.
Shoot. Well, technically, I have a little less cabinets, right?
Yeah, true.
So, yeah.
Let me clean some of this up. And then this is going to be paneled. Do you want to for the below the sink because it's gonna be pretty wide?
Hmm.
Um, you
You
want to still
probably
do a like a false panel on the top and then have the doors below and have like two pairs of doors?
Yeah, it probably needs to be.
Okay.
That's going to look weird.
So
Although it's a 30-inch door, right? I think that might work still.
uh yeah,
I
maybe
could
it'd be
see.
fine. It's gonna swing
Mhm.
out pretty far.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be two. It's got to be four doors. Yep. Yep.
Get this all oak.
Yeah, this is going to be sick.
It's gonna be so awesome.
I think I was at 110 G's in cabinets before doing this part. So,
Okay. All right.
yeah, yeah.
You can always make more.
Hmm.
Okay. So let's maybe talk this out. So
Yep.
let's talk through cabinet door style. So before there was like a mixed bag of slab and shaker on the island.
These
Are
will
you
all be inset,
They'll
just
all
like
be
the other, right?
inset shaker, kind of like this side?
Yep.
All right, let me see.
And then if we, so if you pull up that video and we look at the style of how the sort of the ends of the, since we're not going to do waterfall edge, we'll have a finished looking. Basically, they have kind of faux beams. I don't know how to explain it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see
Okay,
it.
cool. Let me get
And
the
or
drawers fixed really quick.
if I pull it up on Instagram, I think I took a photo of it or photos. Let's see. Yeah.
And then what are we doing? We doing with this guy on the end. This is probably going to be just like another vertical pullout. Yeah, it's gonna be like 11. It's gonna have to be, I think. And
Man, it looks so cool.
then this is gonna be the ice maker. So that's gonna be door. That'll be
Ice Maker's 15. Does that?
oh, it's 15. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
I do have it as a 18-inch box,
Hmm.
so it's probably about right because
Yep.
like
Got it. Yep.
um
They'll
well,
fill that. They'll make that when
they'll
when
fill
they
it, but
send
you
it
know
in.
what?
Yeah.
Like it might be 15 clear because I should
Hmm.
probably just show it as 15 and increase this because
Hmm.
they'll probably just slip it right in between the two frames.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so
Well, that whole section there will be one big cabinet they're going to build, right?
right.
These won't be little pieces. So I would guess up to the sink. So the sink would probably be one piece. That whole section on the right will be one piece, and the whole section on the left will be one piece. They
Yeah,
they try to build because of the face frames. They try to build it as
like as so you minimize joints
we
basically.
might even build that whole 14-foot section as one piece.
That would be insane.
Hmm.
Get some strong dudes to haul
Yep.
that thing in from the
Yep.
truck.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we can get it in the house, which we can, and just set
Yep.
it in place, I'm gonna have them build this one big giant section.
Does your ice maker open up this way like a hinge, or does it
Correct.
slide?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
door. Yep.
Do you want smaller hardware on it? Do you want it to be?
No, that looks
Is
pretty
that
good.
okay? That's a
Yeah,
12 inch.
yeah.
Okay.
Man, that sink's gonna be so cool. The other thing this helps me is that the way the pendants are set up right now, when I'm standing using the sink, the pendant is right in my face,
Yeah.
and so now I'm going to be shooting the gap.
Yup. That'll be nice.
I think I'm going to be here for a while, so I'm going to make this great.
You'll get it. It'll be worth it. I
Hmm.
mean, hell, even when you move, there won't be another kitchen like this
No,
in the community.
no,
So,
nope.
do you want to do this out of one big panel? I mean, they could probably do it, or do you want it split to line up with the lowers?
Yeah, split probably makes sense.
Okay.
Yep. I changed my mind. Go back to one.
One. Okay, cool.
One makes it look cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Undo.
Yeah.
All right. Man, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. All right, let's get some poles on these guys, vertical poles instead of knobs. You're just
Yep.
doing poles everywhere, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
Man, could you imagine messing up a pull install on this sucker?
Oh, dude.
I guess you just get a new door, but
Yeah, that would be no bueno. I'm sure their stuff's built like a tank though, so it's like,
yeah. It's surprising though, like this high end stuff, they build it at a half inch, and he's like, "Well, we could build it out of 2 inch if you want, but then you can't lift it up. What's the point?" It's like there's no structural
they do half-inch frames,
a
boxes
half inch
instead.
boxes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He said,
interesting.
"Well, there's no benefit to adding, to putting a thicker."
Yeah, I've heard that from other custom guys that I've talked to. They're like, I can do it, but you're not really getting any more stability,
Right. Which
you know?
I was shocked. I'm like, man, I want 3/4 or 1 inch. He's
Right.
like, well, we can Bubba build it if you want, but there's no benefit other than
Yeah.
it's going to be harder to install, and your walls are going to be holding up all that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have heard that as well. It's kind of like the 3/4 inch boxes is kind of almost more like a marketing play to say like, well, we do
Hmm.
3/4 inch boxes, but they don't, you know,
Hmm.
for inferior companies to like say to be able to stand on like a thicker box when everything else maybe isn't as good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I've heard that from other people too. So is their plant like it's part CNC, part human? Like like
Hmm.
are most of their components CNC and then like obviously like human assembled?
Correct. Yeah. So almost everything's cut and drilled and whatever
Hmm.
on CNC. They have a 5-axis CNC and then a
Yeah.
traditional CNC. and then they'll edge band everything, and then they have like 2 or 3 areas where everything just built by hand if they don't, if it can't be done on a machine.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like, but they're, I should cut this part out of the video, but like they're just, guys are sanding primer, no mask, no
Yeah.
gloves. They're just breathing in blue. There's one guy was covered in blue dust, and
It's
they're
old
just
school.
rubbing on like lacquer with their bare hands, to get the right kind of finish and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So see if we can see the edge to the ends of that. See right there, that.
All right.
See how it has like, it looks like a post, but it's
Yep.
not really.
Got it.
So that is what I want to create on the sides.
Okay. I can do that. Do you want let's talk about some of the nuances of it. So, like, this is
In our case, we would do
stepped.
shaker where it's not so that little internal stacking we wouldn't have.
Okay.
So,
Well,
but I
like,
do.
are you saying though, like, would the legs still be proud of the panel in the center with the
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
And then do you want to step the island around it like this, or do you want the island
No,
just to
no,
be
no, no.
straight?
Yeah, straight.
Okay.
So, oh, actually, no. So
You know what I'm saying? Because if
mhm,
you were to
mhm,
make the leg and you could make the leg a little bit proud and just have
mhm.
like a half inch or quarter inch overhang of slab to leg, but then have a full 1 inch overhang to like the center panel.
I
But
think that would add some dimension to the island. No, I wouldn't do that. I would just do a normal roll, a normal edge, right? I
yeah,
wouldn't do that stacked edge that they have there. But that I think that will help with this big giant rectangle if we do that little, if the cabinet or the countertop was proud, the stepped molding the same distance, that same inch or so.
okay, cool. Yep, I get it. All right, let's play that out. I just did one this morning. I think I can steal from. Uh,
I think that does help this boxiness of the island.
okay, grab that. Let's just do. That looks like. I guess I could look from the side. Let's see. A lot of times these legs are like 4x4.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
should we do something like that where it
oh,
comes
look at
out?
that. And I would totally do a footrest. Well, I don't know. Well, if you're keeping the 12-inch overhang, then probably not a
Yeah.
footrest.
Yeah, I
But
think we just bring so that whole edge piece or the whole cap at the end comes out the full 12 inches, the
right,
full
right.
or the
Oh
full
yeah.
depth, and then we just terminate it that way. And I'm going to bring the tile up to that,
Cool.
I
Okay.
think.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
I like the idea of tile down there. That way it doesn't get all jacked up. My kid's kicking it and.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, let's do a 4x4. I'm gonna do box construction.
It might be 6x6.
You want to do that? You want to do 6x6?
Yeah. What does that look like on his
Oh,
I should have measured theirs. Yeah, it's definitely not 4x4.
okay, let's go 6x6. And then what this will do is it will require, well, depending on
Yeah, it's
how
gonna
they
eat
did it,
into
it's going to eat into the cabinetry,
yeah, yeah.
right? So we may be at a point where maybe we just kill the like let me
Because they probably just build that piece the full length and just you stick it in.
right.
I guess, but if they're building it all in one big giant piece, maybe they wouldn't eat up cabinet. It's just faced, it's faced on the.
So like, because like then this guy would need to come in,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then if we flip this around, like this guy needs to come in, and now that's getting, you could maybe still squeak 9 inches out of that,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, but you could talk to them about that. You might be at a point where like, heck, maybe
Yeah,
it just makes sense to go with a bigger ice maker.
yeah.
and just trim it out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Unfortunately, nobody makes a 24-inch ice maker. I was looking.
Or I mean, like it would no, it would be you could do like a 21.
Yeah, they don't make it.
Oh,
They're only 15. I searched the world
there's not like 18-inch
worldwide.
ice makers.
They don't have them.
Oh, okay.
Not that I could find.
Okay. Then
Maybe 18 exists, but I couldn't find 24 because I was looking for 24 just to replace my wastebasket.
got it.
So hopefully, yeah, I can have them design it where we don't lose the internal, we don't lose the cabinet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, not let
There might be no
me
way around
I
that.
don't know if there's a way around it, but because like I'm just wondering if you just end up with like a little bit of dead,
Hmm.
like cavity here.
Yep, yep.
Um, all right, let's check this out.
Yeah, see, that makes it much more grand.
100%. And like it stabilizes it because it's like a freaking massive island. So
Yep,
putting
yep,
and going with like a thicker leg, like you said,
yep.
is really going to help make this thing look a little bit more like rigid.
Hmm.
You could also consider where do those look buried into the oh there. Um, you could also consider running like a small like piece of like 1 by 1 or 1 1/4 banding on the underside of the slab. Um, I'll show you. You just don't want to make it too big because then it starts to like rub against people's thighs when they're sitting on the stools.
Hmm.
Um, but it can be a nice way to kind of like let's see where did it go? Oh, my dimensions were wrong. There's floor to the top. You know what I'm saying? Just to like
Yeah,
kind of like make it feel like that's being supported.
yeah. I love that.
Um, and then let me pull this. Yeah, I mean that looks pretty badass.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then like over
Hey.
here, where I was going is like maybe you keep your 1 inch overhang on the center panel, and then
Hmm.
you just hold the leg proud
Yep,
of the center panel by like a 1/2 inch, so you end up with a 1/2 inch reveal,
yep,
a
yep,
1/2 inch overhang. But then you don't end up with like a funky stepped counter deal.
yep, yep. That looks great. Let me find a really cool piece of. I might do quartzite if I'm going to go this deep. Yeah, so just do go full on. It cost me a $30,000 piece of.
Just be like, I want a 14-foot piece of quartzite with no seams.
Yeah, yeah,
Let me see. Yeah, how's it looking?
yeah. So it's probably pushing my luck here, but I'm going to do the Wolf Speed Oven, which is the microwave above the 30-inch single oven,
Oh yeah, I can do
and
that.
then warming drawer underneath.
Okay.
So, but the warming drawer would have a little bit of frame around it, so it doesn't look like it's all just one big piece of metal.
Yep. So a Wolf 30,
Hmm.
30-inch oven, a single.
Yep.
Oh, do you have the models?
Let's see. Wolf is coming to visit me on Monday the 21st about becoming a dealer.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
This would be like the perfect project to like kick off a
Yep.
Wolf in Pennville
Mm-hmm.
distribution.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan. All right, so let's go. Nation products, Wolf built-in ovens, convection.
So it's going to be oven,
Yeah, the oven.
microwave.
Yeah, oven is 30-inch M series, which is SO 3050.
Is it that one? The one I'm looking at right here? Does that look
No,
right?
'cause it has red knobs on it.
It does.
There it is. Yep, that's
That
it.
one.
Yep,
I'll get the heights. Is it going to place? I'll get the heights set, but this is just going to kind of plop them wherever, and then
yep, yep.
we'll configure the heights. And then you got a
And then
speed oven.
above that, we're gonna do a convection speed oven. Let's see. Let's see what the options are there. I think that's a SPO 30 PM.
That guy.
Yep. Yeah, this is great. So that would go
No,
above
I'm
it.
gonna have to add them one at a time. All right, one sec.
Yeah, yeah. Then
SPO 30 PM. Is that going above or below?
above.
Okay. And then
The warming drawer is a WWD 30.
okay. Let's get the okay. Do you have the height of those guys in front of you? Can you because I want to make sometimes when I insert these it like stretches
Mhm.
them weird. So like is the warming drawer 10 inches?
Let's see. Specifications 10 and 3/8
Okay.
high. The
Okay. And then the oven.
let's see. Convection. That one is specs 28 and a half.
Okay, so I've got that right. And then the speed oven, 20 and 3/4 maybe.
17 and 7/8.
17 and 7/8. Okay. Let's now let me get some of this trim kind of cleaned up. Let's do
So the speed oven, they do make a trim kit to stack them, right? So they sit right on top of one another.
okay.
And then
That's how I've got it. And then I do have like a piece of like 3/4 between the oven and the speed or the warming drawer. Now,
I think that makes sense. Yep. Yep.
okay. I guess the next thing to consider is, and this is something I never know like rules about, but there's probably like an ideal height for like all of these things, right? Where I would imagine like the tallest thing you would want to be within like eye level of a normal sized human being.
You know, we do have the room. So I think what they were suggesting is that you inset the ovens. So we make like a 3/4 inch trim, so it looks inset like the rest of the stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that instead of a 30, it's probably a
33.
Yeah, yeah.
And then an inch and a half frame.
And then what they do is make it slightly deeper, which then gives you something to terminate your countertop into as well, was his suggestion.
Yep, makes sense. So I'll go 25 inches deep and I'll make the toe kick 1 inch extra deep so it flushes up with the other toe.
Yeah.
So we'll go 4 inches deep on the toe. And then if we look at the height of this is a 5'4" person.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So is this too high?
Well, no, because we're mega people, so we don't have any 5'4s here.
Mega people. How
Yeah.
tall are the mega humans?
Like I'm 6'2", my
Oh,
son's
okay.
probably going to be 6'5". Michelle's 5'11", so
Okay. Well, then
we're
here's
slightly above average people. Yeah.
okay. We'll go. There's a 71-inch tall Michelle. So
Yeah,
do
that
you want
looks
to
cool.
drop this just like a few
No,
inches to have like this at eye level, or do you feel like
no.
this is good?
Yeah, I'd rather be higher than lower.
Okay, cool. Let me get the drawers cleaned up a smidge.
I guess I should have him make a panel for the right side of that thing too, shouldn't I?
Yeah, let's do
They'd
it.
probably do two panels.
Yeah, it's pretty tall for a single panel, but I mean, it's usually affixed to the frame. And do you know, do they do it like inlaid into the frame, or is it like an applied panel
It's just a door that they
they,
apply.
they apply?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. That's what they suggest. I'll
Um,
do whatever I want, but
what am I doing here? Distance from top.
man, I thought we had it nailed every single.
It's like pulling a thread, you know? It's like you
Yeah,
move one
yeah.
thing, it's like, well, you might as well just change the next thing. What am I doing here? Custom face, something panel. Hold on. Well, I guess what I'm saying is if you're doing inset cabinets, I would do this like a side panel inset where it's,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Where it's like kind
yeah.
of like, here, I'll show you. Because that's how I built out that's how the paneling on the island's going to look.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not going to look like a panel applied to the surface of a thing. It's almost like it's a flush panel. And so, and then what we could maybe do is like split this and line the upper one up with this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
Let's see how tall that one was. You are 35. Yeah. How's that?
Yeah. Now you go back to the picture of the screen grab of the YouTube video.
Yep.
So you see how our hood we have that little bit of molding. See how they split it? Is that molding that runs across? Should
Let
we
me go to the video. Hang on.
see that? How it's
Did I miss it? Oh,
I'm talking about on the side of the island.
oh, oh,
See how that's split?
this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can do that.
So because see how we have it on the hood, right? So we would split and do two panels like they're doing. So it'd be
Yep.
a upper panel and a lower panel.
I'm trying to get
And,
this.
and
It's
I
pretty
think the
small. It's like almost like 4 inches.
mm-hmm,
So, and then you would run the band right there, right?
mm-hmm. Now because we're doing just a single shaker without the extra inset. So I think that we would so you'd have the inner panel and and then the trim that goes around it and not that little sliver in between.
Inner panel, the trim that goes around. So
So see the little sliver on the in between the inner panel and the trim right
this,
there. That
oh,
yeah,
so
that
it
yeah.
would just be slab. You
Just
wouldn't have like
regular
a bead.
shaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because our drawers don't have that little bead,
Bead.
whatever that, yeah,
Yep,
little
yep.
corner bead thing. It doesn't have that. Yep.
That's flushed up though. That needs to be.
I think it's like 3/8 or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, this kitchen is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be so good.
It will be good. Yeah. Right. Edge front.
Mhm.
Nope. Let's not do the ceiling in oak. Let me get these bands to line up.
Those vertical bands are not the same.
They are not. Hmm. I may I
How do
may
you
be
match
running
this
into
on?
my abilities. Maybe not, because this what I want. Because what they made, I think. Well, how can I do this? Man, I don't know. Because theirs is like on the outside, it's one dimension. On the backside, it's wider. You know what I'm saying? But on the
Mhm.
side, it's one dimension. Chief architect, there's probably a way to do it. I don't know how. For now, I'm just going to make this a false panel. Okay.
Mhm.
But like I would think like they would do something like this where like the panel extends further.
Yeah,
But um
I see.
I'm not sure.
How do you make that with a false panel
You have
and
to, and while still having, you almost have to make it, well,
yeah.
hang on. Oh, no, how would that be done? Because like I don't know how to do it in Chief. Because like I think what you would have to do is almost make like three separate things. But once you
Yeah.
do that, you start to lose the geometry of the outside corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I can just tell them, look, I want it to do the same thing you guys did on your,
Okay.
on the inside as well, right? So that's easy. I get the gist of it.
Okay, cool. All right.
But we would do that same detail on the.
On the backside.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Here's
And so then we're gonna add that little little piece of trim on the exterior.
right. Let me. And I can do. I can do something like this just to like fake it, but
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. I would maybe just for our purposes, I'm just gonna make this look flat.
Yep.
But then at least we've got this returning around the
Oh yeah.
the baseboard, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That looks good.
I don't even see the baseboard. That's sweet.
So then let's bring
I wonder, do we do the dual base like we did the dual crown, or does that?
we could. It would be getting maybe I mean I could do a stack, but it would be getting kind of tall. Because
Yeah,
once you come
I
around this
like.
side, it's going to be taller than the toe.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's the way it looks, but it should look. Yeah,
Okay.
the way you have it.
And then are you wanting to run like this micro bead?
Yeah, I changed my mind. Scrap the micro bead.
Okay. I mean, it's nice. I will say it's a little bit more of a traditional detail.
Yep,
Like
yep. I
your
like this
kitchen's
better.
leaning a little more like
Yep.
transitional, modern, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, we just took $100,000 kitchen and turned it into a $200,000 kitchen an
Yeah.
hour.
No big deal. In an hour.
Hey,
And burn
yeah.
a lot of money in a short
Mhm.
amount of time.
Yeah.
Um, do we I'm just not remembering. We tiled this wall intentionally, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, just eyeballing everything.
Would you do a base molding in white oak underneath the tile, on the back of the island?
Probably.
Like, would we
Well,
have to
maybe. Yeah, that could. I mean, that could
we'd
look
have to
good.
do something there, right? Because it's kind of hard to, I guess you could terminate tile into tile if you wanted to.
It might make for a better joint.
Yeah.
Um,
So if we did the same molding that we have around the edges of the island, the same baseboard, I mean.
yup, yup. Me.
Yep.
That looks pretty sick.
I think so.
I got all the counters. It's inch and a quarter thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still like our black counter on the back.
Do you? Cool. Did I
Yeah.
ever render? I don't. Did I ever send you renderings of that or no?
I think so. Yeah.
Did I? Okay. Or maybe
Yeah.
I sent you black, but I didn't send you white, all white.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Nah, it's
you're
fine.
feeling the black though.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I think that's the ticket. We maintained our walkway, extended our island in order to fit the giant sink in there. We
Yep.
still got all my contraptions in the sink that I wanted.
Yep.
I don't quite have as much pot and storage so I lost a 36, but
You lost a 36 lower.
I gained a roughly 24-inch lower in the island.
You did.
Well, no, because I lost the 24 over on the right, but gained it there. So I kept it basically.
Yeah. You're down like 12 inches,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, all my flatware would go in that 24-inch, next to the sink. Or that 23 and a half, I mean, because the 24 next to the sink is the trash.
trash, dishwasher. These grew though
Yep, yep.
from 9 to you gained almost what 7, 8 inches on the pullouts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So um, these grew. These
Yeah.
were, I don't even remember what they were, but they were small. They were like 15, 18 max, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think they were 16.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Um, you want to render it real quick?
Sure.
All right. Let's get your whole project open. You guys always use Chief Architect for your cabinets for garages?
Yep.
Yep. So your renderings are pretty great. I see your stuff on Instagram. They do an awesome job.
Yeah, like I told you, they're using Twin Motion
Yeah,
render.
yeah, they do a good job. Right. Okay, this is the old one.
Yeah, we went from pedestrian to full on.
Not pedestrian. All right. Brace yourself. Oh yeah. Simply sliding around. Change.
That's pretty sick. You got quite a bit of ovenage, lots of ovens.
Yep.
You can cook 4 turkeys at once.
Let's get like a cutting board. Yeah.
Yep, that's the ticket. I ended up getting all my white oak after all.
Yep. Me write this. You like these lights on or off? I can do you like them more like not illuminated? Is that less distracting?
Yeah, I leave them off most of the time.
Do you want these
I'm
under
probably
cabinet
gonna.
lights there? Or do you want those gone?
No, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's put them up top. Do I? Oh, I have them up top already.
Yep. Yeah. Looks really good. I like the symmetrical cabinets now on the up on the with the
Blinking
60
the,
inch. The 60-inch range gives us left and right symmetry. Whereas before we had the heavy weight on the right.
yep,
Even though we lost, a cabinet, we gained the symmetry, which I think pulls it all together.
yep, 100%. Yeah. You okay with the counter materials?
Yep. It's perfect. Love it.
Okay. Sweet. All right. I'll save out
All right.
renderings. I'll upload new screenshots with all the dimensions and stuff to a gallery so you can
Okay.
kick that over to Pennville for them to do their thing.
Yep. Cool.
And
I'm probably going to do this. I would guess probably spring, summer.
yeah.
I've got to finish my garage, finish my home theater, and then then have all the projects done so I can focus specifically on doing this because I think I could put this kitchen together in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think we could do it pretty quickly. I'll get plumbers, electricians, and Mike and I will get a group of guys and we'll do it all together.
Yeah.
And the key is that there's flooring underneath it also. I'm not doing any flooring changes.
Yep. Well, and you're making the island, well,
Bigger anyway.
bigger. So
Yep.
it's like you'll cover any joints that exist with the tile or whatever, right?
Yep.
Wait, is
Sure.
your flooring's tile, right?
Correct. Yep.
Is it like do you have a quick picture of it?
It's the
Or
down
do
in
you?
here. It's that white oak tile. So it's a 6-inch.
Oh, it's okay. So it looks like wood.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why we picked that
I'll
white
just
oak looking. Yep.
okay. I'll just leave what I got then.
Yep.
And
It
then how
looks
are you
like
feeling
solid.
about the hue of the oak that I've got here?
I think it's pretty good. That's pretty close to what they call it. Cerused white oak is their color.
Okay.
I think that's pretty accurate
Okay.
of what we're going to do. I'd really like to do just regular Rift white oak, but it's a little too yellow for my taste, so
Yeah.
they have to stain it, and they'll just do a matte stain.
Right. Like a dead flat type finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
She's looking good.
Yep. I think I'm done this time.
All right. I'll believe it when I don't hear from you for a few months.
Okay. Well, hey, we got to make another video. This is great.
We did. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks,
All right,
man.
cool, Matt. You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Stay in touch, and I'm excited to see it on YouTube at someday, maybe in the
Yep.
spring.
Cool. Thanks, man. See
All
ya.
right, you bet. See you, Matt.